How's it going, doggy people? I hope you all are doing well. Today is kind of a depressing video, but I'll try to make it short. I've been asked to cover and give my opinion on the Cypress Arrow animal cruelty case and their training facility, supposed trainers that have been leaked by videos that show severe abuse of at least two different dogs, a Labrador and a Cane Corso. So to give you an example of what I mean, I'm going to show you a quick little video that was, a news report. So you can watch it. If you choose not to watch it, I will give you a trigger warning now that it is very hard to watch. There will be audio that you will hear the dog yelping, and if you don't like seeing animals in extreme distress, you don't like seeing someone whipping an animal, then I would say fast forward to the next 30 seconds, or mute your computer, or mute the video. So let's go ahead and we'll play it, and then we'll go through my thoughts about this whole situation.
Several videos have surfaced on Facebook and other social media on alleged animal cruelty happening at the Cypress Arrow Training Academy in Lena, Louisiana. The video, which has gone viral, shows two trainers attempting to train a Cane Corso breed of dog, which is similar to a pit bull. Cypress Arrow advertises itself as Louisiana's largest Cane Corso breeder and an all-dog training facility. One trainer whips the dog on the top of the head, and the dog is seen struggling. Eventually, the dog complies and sits and then lays down. The Cypress Arrow Cane Corso Facebook page has been removed, and the
Okay, so yeah, they've removed all their pages. They have, taken down their sites and all of that. And they're, as of what I've found out, I believe these two ladies, at least the owner has been arrested. There's two people that I know of that have been arrested, thankfully. But, so we're gonna just go back. I'm gonna mute it, but we're gonna go over what they're trying to attempt to train this dog. First off, I don't blindly support board and trains. I rarely support board and trains as it is. The only places that I would ever suggest would be, one, myself, which at this point I cannot take in animals to my care because I own an apartment. I can't, I rent. And there's only probably one other person that I could think of. She's a great trainer. She's a force-free trainer. She lives in Arizona. And that's the only two people that I could ever think of that would I would trust in a board and train. And for reasons like this, this happens so often you wouldn't even. This is so much more common than you would think. First off, okay, so we have the dog in cross ties. If you don't know what cross ties are, usually it's a reference to horses where you have a head halter on them. I'll try to show a picture. You have a head halter on them, and you have a post on either side of their head, or a rack, or some kind of system, a stall, two posts, whatever. And you have a lead rope sitting in on both sides of the horse's face. They're connected to either side of the halter, so it keeps the horse from being able to move around a lot. So they have that with this dog, where they have a prong collar, and they have a very tight slip lead. The slip lead is high up behind the head, so it's basically choking the dog. The dog has learned to get their arm over this leash with the prong collar so that they take some of the leverage away, which you will see a lot with the dog daddy. If you haven't seen his video, she's whipping it on top of the head, she's whipping it on the back, she's whipping it in the face. They're both pulling as hard as they can. I have no idea what she's trying to teach the dog, and if I don't know, I know the dog doesn't know. And if she's trying to teach this dog to sit, you are poorly mistaken. I mean, this is just the most idiotic thing I've ever seen, with the least amount of skills, and I feel that she takes pleasure in this. I mean, she is, she seems like a masochist. She's abusing an animal that won't fight back. And a Cane Corso is similar to a pit bull. They're much larger. They're a guardian breed. They're awesome dogs. They're very sensitive. in their they're very sensitive dogs in their personality. I've worked with a couple of Cane Corso, and they're so easy to work with. Well, any dog for me is easy to work with without any of this. But if you're in this situation, do you think you're going to listen to someone who's asking you to sit? Do you think you're going to want to lay down when someone is choking you, tearing your head off, whipping you in the face, whipping you in the back, pulling with all their might? This dog is choking at this moment. At this point, far beyond this point, and far before this point, learning is not capable. This dog is in fight or flight. And they've taken away their ability to run, flight, so their only choice is to fight. Their only choice is to fight, and they're just fighting the leash pressure. They're not trying to go after the people, which these people are very lucky. I mean, all they have to keep themselves safe is the other person. And I mean, I don't know what else to say other than this is why I don't agree with board and trains, because I'm not saying every board and train does something as severe as this, but the idea behind a board and train is that you take the dog there to be trained for 2 weeks in a boot camp. It is the dog's accountability, or the accountability is on the dog to learn everything, and then they get sent back to you. To me, I don't like that, because I'm not teaching the dog, I'm teaching the owner to teach the dog. And when you go in for 2 weeks, it is like a boot camp. It is a lot of these trainers will use pretty severe methods. Again, I'm not saying as severe as this, but I wouldn't be surprised if they used all this to teach the dog to be, submissive or to sit. When I say sit, sit means sit is a notoriously dangerous company. From the things I've heard, I mean, it's in the title. Sit means sit. When they say sit, that means sit. That tells you how they're going to be training dogs. I'm not saying sit means sit is abusive. I'm not giving any claims to that, but just from what I've seen, I would run from them. But that's neither here nor there. That's my opinion. But I'm not surprised that this comes from a board and train company. What goes on behind closed doors, we don't know. And that's why if I suggest anything to a board and train, or anybody's asking about a board and train, I let them know they are training the dog. They are working very quickly to train the dog to be trained in 2 weeks, in a month, 60 days, whatever. The dog is sent away from home. They are stressed. They put the accountability on the dog, unless they are a force-free company, and even then, a lot of force-free companies say they are, but they use methods just like this. But board and trains work most often by just getting results. They don't care how they get them. A lot of people you would find out are uneducated. They have no education. They have very little education. They were taught, as I'm assuming this woman was taught by her, how to do this training. And so this is what she's going to believe. This person was probably taught by I'm just going to call her a barn witch before her, to show the dog who's boss and just be idiotic and abusive to an animal that won't fight back, but could easily kill her if it wanted to. But it wouldn't, because it's a dog. Whether it's a Cane Corso or not, it's a dog. They don't think that way. They love unconditionally. If I'm ever to look into a board and train company for a client, which I have done in the past, I look at their website. I read their message very carefully, because there's a lot of nice talk in there, little hidden innuendos. They make it sound nice, but then this is exactly what you get. I have no doubt that the owners thought that they were doing right by their dog, but you need to do the training. Don't send it to someone. If there's a closed door they will not let you behind, don't go there. Ask them questions. When I call, I ask as an unknowing owner. I don't let them know I'm a trainer, because they wouldn't tell me the honest truth. They wouldn't talk to me if they knew I was a trainer. So I call asking as an unknowing owner. ask them certain questions about their methods and their ideology and what special collars they use, and then they talk to me as if, oh, it's just to get their attention, oh, it's the easiest way to get the dog to and from, if you put it high behind the head. This is a lot of trainers' favorite collar right here, is the slip lead, because you get a lot of control, but it's choking the dog. That's how you get control. There's pain, there's suffocation, there's I'm not saying all other trainers suffocate their dogs like this, but yeah, I don't support board and train. This is just absolutely ridiculous. How these people got away with this for so long, I don't know, but it happens every day. This is happening now in many other companies, individuals. So be very careful. Ask about their educational background. If they don't have one, ask about what their methodology is, how they ask questions, how did they become a dog trainer? How did they get involved with animals? If it's just based on, I was training dogs since I was 2 years old. Okay, that's, are they continuing their education? Are they studying? What studies do they look at? If they had a mentor, who is their mentor? Who are they being mentored by currently? And if it's anybody that just says, I have 50 years of experience or X number of years of experience, that's not someone I would ever listen to. The other sad part is that this company works with a lot of other companies, like, humane societies and animal behavior college. I mean, I think they are alumni, or this person is capable of being a mentor or is a graduate, and it just absolutely drives me insane. I mean, these guys and America's Canine Educator or Upstate Canine Academy, whatever the hell he wants to call himself. Sorry, I'm getting flustered, but he is also, I've seen ABC students in his videos. Like, how are these people, they make everyone think that this school is just horrible, and I still stand by them. I did not learn any of this in my school. They did not teach any of this, but the mentors that are teaching other students, then they carry that name with them, that title with them. I guarantee that this is not taught in the school. I mean, I'm a mentor with them. I have yet to have a student because, COVID hit and all that, but, I certainly would never be doing any of this. I would teach them to look out for stuff like this. As of now, they have been held accountable. Okay, smack the dog some more, smack the dog some more. It's just like Dog Daddy, where he has the Doberman that puts its paw over the leash and he gets angry that it's trying to take away some of that power from him. And yet I still have people commenting that he's the best dog trainer. You got to show the dog who's boss, this and that, this and that. He's helping dogs. And it scares me that there's still people out there that are listening to this, and I don't know how he is not arrested. He publicly shows work like this, but he doesn't have a whip. So is that the line? Is that the line that we have? Is that, the dog is not vocalizing with Dog Daddy? You're not using a whip. You're not putting it in cross ties. It's just one guy yanking and jerking on the dog's leash and just absolutely flooding the dog. What's the difference? All of this is abuse. Dog Daddy is abusive. American Canine Educator, in my opinion, is abusive. But because the dog is not yelping out in pain and they're not being whipped, and a number of people don't see that, people think that this is the only way to abuse an animal. It's psychological, it's emotional, it's not just physical. So this lady's here trying to teach this poor dog to lay down. Yanking that leash out of there, showing that frustration. Jesus, lady, it took you, I don't know how long, but this is how you teach a dog to lay down? Oh my God, I could have this dog laying down in under a minute without even touching them, without having a collar on them, without having a lead rope on them, or a lead, sorry. Without having anything on them, just using a treat or a toy or just simply capturing the behavior. We would never have a rounded top line with their tail tucked. We wouldn't have them choking. We wouldn't have them fearful. This is how you teach a dog to lay down? I mean, this is even crazier than how a lot of other balance trainers would teach a dog to lay down, by simply stepping on the leash. So I'm going to end that there. This video has been long enough. I'm just rambling at this point, but this happens every day. This is board and train for you at its finest, at its worst. I mean, again, for me, this is no different. This board and train is no different than a number of other very popular board and trains I've seen. So I'm not saying they're all the same, but I don't like them. I don't trust them. That's my opinion, because the questions I've asked, I don't, a lot of their methods are, you do what I say because I say it. Short, quick training sessions to make the dog obedient. They get the results. They don't care how they get them. So that's my opinion. You don't have to like it by any means, but I hope to have a better video next time for you all. Maybe something cute and fun, or another review on some trainers so I can get some more hate mail. But I do want to say, for anybody who's still watching, if you're still watching at this point, you can comment pineapple potato so I know. And if you are, then I want to say thank you to the kind words and comments that you guys have sent to me. It really does mean so much. It makes all this worth it. To everybody who has taken time to email me and just say thank you, to comment, to watch through the videos and go back and ask questions, and for me to be able to answer them and help in the slightest way. So thank you so much. Thank you for 300 subscribers. I hope to do a more appropriate thank you video for you all. Maybe that'll be the next one that I do. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart, from Adonis, my Shiba, from Hermes, my ferret, and even Pinky, my gecko. Thank you guys. I hope you have a much better day than this poor dog has. But justice is in the process. So thanks again. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And until next time, try to stay positive.